Welcome to the podcast of the OG Sugars. Now, there is a backstory to that I'm not fucking explaining. That'll be a later thing when our third is here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Introduction. I'm Pride, or as people call me, Danny. You.
I'm Lydia.
I don't
know what you want me to say.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna keep it together, man.
It's okay. I'm losing it too. This is all gonna be in the video anyway. We decided a podcast because we thought it would be fun to discuss, because we always discuss stuff that I leave out of YouTube videos on my main channel, which is I'm gonna leave it in the description. So, you know, shitty editor, shitty YouTuber, that is me. Anyway, this is just gonna be our thing where we just talk about shit. Doesn't matter what it is, video games, movies, reactions, doesn't matter. So, for you, what do you want to talk about in this one? Introduction, first episode.
I think we should start by talking about Life is Strange, because we just got like really into it. I mean,
Yes.
We've only got to like Stranger Things 2, but because we gotta debrief.
You mean Life is Strange 2?
I hate it here. I can't. Should I go home?
Look at the Stranger Things 2. That's the second time you've mentioned that.
Fuck.
It's okay. It's
It
okay.
mixed
It's
up in
okay.
my brain.
It's
It's not
okay. Okay.
It's gonna happen so much.
What discussion do we want to have?
Why are you looking at me for the answer? You're the host.
Well, yeah, I may be the host, but I'm also farther than you because I've completed the whole series.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about the first game? We can talk about the first game and then move on.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah. Then like get until we get to like where we're at, you know.
Because we still have to finish the second game, and we're not even
Yeah.
halfway.
We'll get there when we get there, you know.
We'll get there very slowly.
Once, you know, people are. Yep, at a snail's pace, even.
Because we need our third for this.
Yes, because you cannot put me back on that spotlight. I swear to God, I cannot make decisions to save my life. We've been over this.
Trust.
I get scared.
Oh, I know. Trust. All right. So, do we want to talk about the game? Do we want to talk about characters? What do we want to do?
I think we should start with the game and then go to characters.
Okay. Do you want me to go first since I've replayed this shit multiple times?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, game for me, played it over a decade ago for the first time. I was a Chloe fan back in the day, and I'll explain later when we get to the characters why I no longer like her. But yeah, the start of the game back in the day, finished it, thought it was probably the best game I've ever played in terms of story-wise. Even though The Walking Dead was right there, nothing was going to take The Walking Dead from my hands. But you got me saying it now. Life is Strange is up there with best storytelling in a game. Even though with the OG, the choices don't really matter. Genuinely, they don't. Which I'm familiar with because of The Walking Dead, so it didn't bother me. Plot was good. I didn't really have any complaints other than like playing it now, like a decade later, the dialogue is horrid. It's awful. So fucking awful. Although Victoria's "go fuck yourself" is probably the most iconic line from the game. I love that.
It really is. Dude.
Love that shit. Dude, my Wi-Fi's awful. Damn that.
I could have told you that. I mean, if one of our Wi-Fi's isn't. Listen, if one of our Wi-Fi's isn't suffering, then we're not living.
I know, it's the craziest shit.
It's either your Wi-Fi or mine.
Yeah, so the plot was good. I didn't really have any complaints about it other than like Um, what cat? God, what was my one complaint? I can't even remember. I'll probably remember that one later. Um,
You will.
characters were good. Characters were alright. Not.
They were fine.
Back in the day, I adored them, but now replaying it, I don't. I'm.
Listen,
My opinion has changed massively.
we're about to open a whole can of worms.
I know. I'm about to be very controversial later.
I think we will all be controversial here.
More than likely, if Carter was here, he would be very controversial.
Oh yeah,
soundtrack.
without doubt.
The soundtrack's probably the best in the series, in my opinion. Probably the most goated. Probably the most memorable soundtrack. God damn it, Cat. Just because, like, Obstacles, Spanish Sahara. I forgot the rest because I only listen to those two primarily. The ending.
Yeah.
The ending was tough.
The ending?
The ending is tough. Not for me, but it was really tough. I'm about to yell at my cat, so you can take over.
Yeah. Okay, I personally didn't really like the game. Was fine. I didn't mind it. Honestly, it's not like the type of game I normally play, so I mean it was pretty good for it being that. But yeah, I get stressed out when I have to make decisions that could possibly alter the future. It's very scary. I get scared, which I think is a fair reaction, getting, a little scared. But yeah, I didn't hate it. Like, I mean, it's kind of cringy whenever some of them started talking,
Oh my god.
Like, you're like, okay, every time you pick a goddamn option and it's like, oh, by the way, that option that you picked is going to be totally opposite of how you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to get into why I'm saying that. We're going to get into it because I'm going to yell about it again because anyway.
Yeah. I hate that shit too.
Yeah, but like, it was okay. Like, I don't really have any complaints, but like, I also don't really have any like positives, I guess, because I'm kind of like, I have to say it, I don't really like care about like gameplay itself because I mainly care about characters and like how they play and stuff like that.
I would say the
listen,
for the time, which was 2013, and the game coming out 2 years later, I'd say for the time period, it was super fucking accurate, for sure.
Honestly, I don't care. I still feel disrespected. What do you mean? When you look at me, and you're like, oh my god, by the way, this one thing that like you just clicked and like, oh, it's gonna say something similar. No, it's exact opposite with the same phrasing.
It's bad.
You'll have to. I don't know.
Do you want to move on to the characters now?
I thought you. Yeah, but you took my glue gun.
Do you want me to start that?
Hold on. Slight issue. Somebody needs a glue gun. Sorry, hold on.
Do mute yourself.
I hate to tell you, buddy. Oh, so much work.
I don't care.
God.
Okay, so she's muted right now. This is going to be a various thing throughout the entirety of this shit because she's always talking to someone and I can never tell if she's talking to me. So, yeah, my opinion on the characters. I also need a new mic thing. My bad. So for the characters, specifically, and I know this is going to be controversial, I don't give a fuck about Chloe, specifically in the first game, okay? I know that she's traumatized. I know that she's got baggage. I know that she's got all this shit. But I don't like her actions. I don't like the way she treats Max, even though Max is not, like, she's also not innocent as well. She's actually, I think, probably more terrible than Chloe is. But that's not how you treat your friend after 6 months, I would say. Um, and then just like trying to get her in trouble. Like I think Chloe was kind of a bad fucking influence specifically for the fact of just getting Max in trouble consistently throughout the first game. Um, and we're gonna be on this topic for a minute. Um,
Oh yeah.
and I have my grievances with her. Like I understand. Like I think I understand her more after we played Before the Storm again, so I can have like a better
Hmm.
clear imaging of her. And like I understand more of her now than I did before, but it also like I'm not one of those people who's like, "Oh, you're traumatized and you have so much baggage. I'm going to excuse every single thing you do because of that." No. I'm not going to do that
Right.
because then where's the accountability? She takes no accountability for the
Hmm.
longest time. And I think she only takes it probably like the last 2 episodes of the game, which that's great, but it's also like too long for me personally for her to be like, yeah, I'm
Right.
sorry
At
for
that point,
being,
it's too late.
yeah, I'm sorry for being a shitty person. Like, you kind of already lost me, like, in the first episode or two. Like, you already lost me. There's no winning me back at that point. But it really made me respect her, like, when the end of the way, like, when you're choosing that choice to sacrifice her or not. I think it really made me respect her because she knew she had to go. That was her whole destiny, was to die. And
Hmm.
people are gonna disagree with me on that fact. People are. And even though the choice there is like a 50-50, but I think in the most recent years the saving Arcadia Bay option has grown more popular. Um
Right.
I still believe that um that sacrificing her is the correct option. I will always think that. And that's just not
Yes.
me saying like, "Oh, I don't like her character." No. I think that is a realistic option and I think that's the most realistic thing that needs to happen. Because choosing the ending where you sacrifice the Bay, you're sacrificing Chloe's whole family, her mom, her friends, everyone you went to school with, everyone you kind of care about or was acquaintances with or friends with, they're all dead now. And I think that's kind of stupid because down the line of that, with Max and Chloe already having a rocky relationship, Max runs away from her issues constantly, and Chloe will always have that resentment for
Hmm.
Max leaving her. Even though Max couldn't really do anything because she was 12 years old, um, Chloe will always still
Right.
have that resentment, and for people to just sit there and blatantly be like, "Oh, they'll be fine." No, you're looking at it from a surface level. If you actually like clearly use your critical thinking, they would not have lasted, and that is just the realistic truth of that. Because with Max
Right.
running away from her problems, not wanting to talk about it, and then from Chloe having even more resentment because Max just killed her whole fucking family and the town that she really didn't give a shit about, but she had people she cared about there. And I think that Max also just ignoring the fact that Chloe's choice was kill me pretty much, like sacrifice me, that is the thing to do. It would not have lasted. They would have probably lasted maybe 6 months to maybe 2 years max. I don't see them going any further than that, which like kind of goes into double exposure. But because you haven't played that, I'm not gonna get into that. But Chloe's character,
Right.
she's very complex. She's very tragic, but she's also shitty.
Right.
She's also a very shitty
Yeah.
character. That is just the truth to that. And
Hmm.
I think it pains me and sickens me when I see online people just like disconcerting what she says and just think she's like this fucking incredible character. She's not. She's awful. And it's be like, oh yeah, she's traumatized. I'm gonna like have an excuse for every single one of her actions. That's awful too. Because if this was
Right.
real life, if this was a real person, you're just excusing all their shitty actions, not allowing them to take accountability because you just fucking like them. Like I know a lot of people don't look at it realistically from the standpoint I'm going for, but it just makes me
Hmm.
like icky when people just sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, no, she's amazing. She's this great character." She's not. Your thoughts.
She
Your
really
thoughts.
isn't.
I went
Like,
on a
if we
rant.
really look into it, And it's okay. It's okay. If we really look into it and we go back to when she tried to save her dad, it's back to the cycle of she has to die. Like no matter
Right.
what, she ends up dying. So if she doesn't sacrifice herself, then you're just trying to save something you're not supposed to be saving. So you're
Right.
just gonna like, and not only will she have that resentment for her for leaving her, and it'd be different if she like would message more, but it's like she's not there, especially after she had a giant loss of her dad. Like, because okay, she is a traumatized kid. She
Right.
is, and I will give her some grace on that, but her actions can't be excused. Just because you're traumatized doesn't mean you can hurt other people.
Right.
It's not okay. Like she's a traumatized kid who isn't able to deal with her issues and doesn't know how to deal with it on her own because she stuck dealing with it on her own. Because if we go through and like see how her mom treats her and how she treats her mom, it's just, there's not much of a connection there.
Yeah, not anymore.
And I feel like no. And I can get more into it when I go to the um I don't know what the other one's called
Before the
for
storm.
Chloe specifically. Yes. I can get more into that relationship when we get there. Um but like genuinely because we're sitting here we're saying, oh, Chloe is not a good person because she isn't, but neither is Max. So
Oh
they're
yeah.
both not helping each other. They're both just enabling each other and being like, oh, you can do this bad thing because I care about you. But like, I also care about you. So I'm not going to say anything about you doing whatever you're trying to do. Like, that's not okay. We need to stop excusing just because we really like Chloe that she's not doing bad things. If we say, hey, I like this character, but she's doing bad things and it can't be excused, then that's okay. But people are ignoring that and being like, oh, hey, we love this character and she can't do no wrong. She is doing wrong.
Exactly.
Like, because her trauma runs deep,
Oh
like
yeah.
really deep. And she has so much anger built up throughout everything. And I feel like Max is just going to make it worse if she saves her because she is going to lose everything. Because the only thing she really had left in Arcadia Bay was her family.
Right.
And saving you, so now they're stuck being together in their toxic relationship. Because as friends now, they're really toxic. And they shouldn't even be friends at this point, but them forcing each other to be friends because they're like, oh, I remember you from the past, so let's reconnect, even though they shouldn't be reconnecting. Um, it's just going to make it more resentful. And I don't even think it'll last that long. I think most a relationship will last is like a month or two
Not to mention
because I
like
feel like
not to sorry to cut you off, but not to mention like people
that's
who are
okay.
just like so onto onto like shipping them so bad like that's a ticking time bomb of a relationship that needs to happen. I think it like
Right.
kills me to see like people. I understand being die hard. I get that completely because I'm a die hard fan of stuff too. But at the same time, we have to
Mhm.
realize that these characters are capable of breaking up. That is realistic. What's unrealistic is them sticking through what 10 years down the road from them from like that whole sequence. My throat. Sorry.
Right.
But like
There you go.
I I think people just don't look at it in a deeper level, which I understand too. You don't have to, but I think it also helps if people did,
Hmm.
because it gives a bigger insight on like the characters, the relationships as a whole. And you look at how Chloe interacts with Max, and you look at how Chloe interacts with other people, and we haven't even hit the surface on Max. We haven't even discussed Max yet, and that's another thing. People, I don't
Yeah.
think people realize just how fucking awful Max truly is, and
Right.
we're putting Chloe on a pedestal that she doesn't really need to be on. And Max
Hmm.
is just on the ground where she needs to be. Chloe needs to be on the ground too. They're both terrible people, and putting them in a relationship which we've even though we technically kissed, we never I don't think we ever did the the romance route at all for her besides the kiss scene.
It's all we did was kiss her, but it's because she looked at us and said, I don't think you're gonna do it. I dare you." And so
Yeah,
we did it. You know,
yeah, it was
mine is it was just a dare. It's not like we were trying to romance her. You
exactly
know.
it was like a like mama didn't raise no bitch type of dare.
Right,
um
right, right. Exactly.
and I do think um could they have lasted? No. I don't think so. I personally
Mm-mm.
don't.
There's no
Um
chance. Because if we're realistic, just looking at the way that Chloe and her trauma sits, and the way Max and her trauma sits as well, because she has some. We're gonna she has some. There's no way they would physically like they'd be able to last if we're being realistic,
right.
especially because not only like you said she's putting Chloe on a pedestal that she does not need to be on. She's
Exactly.
giving her ego too much of a boost, and we they both need to be grounded.
Oh
I
yeah.
think what is necessary is to have someone else that isn't both of them, so they're not, because I feel like the way it would end up ending would be an explosion of anger and them fighting really bad because they aren't saying everything that needs to be said. Because I can just tell by looking at her, like looking at her character, seeing the way she is, that Chloe would not say like anything if she was like upset or like,
No.
because she loves Max too much. And then Max would do the same thing because she loves Chloe so much.
Yep.
And it'd be like a very toxic like thing. And then they'd both explode at each other, saying everything that's wrong. And then it wouldn't end well. So I
No.
think just like if we look at the bigger picture, there's no way they would even come close to lasting at all as long as that, they're supposed you would think they would. Because it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be healthy. And it like genuinely it makes me kind of sad, just like in specifics with Chloe after playing the game she's like that's just about her, and realizing that she's just a kid who never was able to fully heal from her trauma because she didn't have the resources to heal from said trauma.
Right. And
And
that
and Max doesn't really have an excuse, if we're gonna be honest.
no. And that brings me
Just
to
saying.
another thing, which shout out to my friend May from Twitch and TikTok for bringing this to my attention because we never read Max's journal and we should have, but when I
Hmm.
was playing it, I was just too busy on getting us through the game because I just knew the
Hmm.
game a lot, but I never read her journal like ever, I
Right.
don't think. So this was really interesting that my friend brought up to me, which was Max doesn't need Chloe, but Chloe needs Max. And
Yes.
and then I want to move on from Chloe for a minute to touch on Max
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
Max is a horrible friend, kind of a horrible
So
person,
bad.
right? So like
Yeah.
Max moving to Seattle and then basically just stops contacting Chloe, like emails, messages, all that good stuff, phone calls. That stops because Max has found herself in Seattle. She's made friends in Seattle. She has moved
Hmm.
on with her life. Um Unapologetically, while Chloe is just unfortunately stuck in this hellfire of anger and grief and acting out because she has no other way to no other way to put it into something. Um
Hmm.
and then Max also coming back like 6 months later to Arcadia Bay going to school, still never contacts Chloe during those 6 months until the incident in the bathroom and then the incident in the parking lot, where Max still has never contacted Chloe in all of those months when she was there and she had every equal opportunity to. And I don't this is probably a really bad take on my part, maybe really. I don't think Max really cared that much for Chloe at least halfway through
Hmm.
the game.
Yeah.
And
It's
I think it shows dearly because Max can go forever without contacting her and that just like I think shows that Max doesn't need Chloe whatsoever at all. And I think like sacrificing Chloe ending, I think that just kind of proves that Um, Chloe still never needed Max, or Max still
Hmm.
never needed Chloe. She never has. I think the sacrificing a Chloe ending would is probably the better option because Chloe. I mean, granted, Max is still left with everything she went through with Chloe, which I'm sure by the end she's not only traumatized, but she's like always gonna have that memory, all those memories of her and Chloe. Meanwhile, current like Chloe has no idea about that. And the
Hmm.
thing that's so beautifully tragic is like even though Max had it will be the only one to live those memories, it'll be the better option because um her and Chloe would have never talked. Chloe will
Right.
unfortunately die knowing like never hearing from Max again and all that shit. Um but it's just a beautiful tragic I think ending, and I think
Hmm.
personally for me, I think that's how my ending would have went if this was a real thing. I think that's how my ending could have went, right there. Like I think it's for the best if Chloe never knew Max came back, just to save her for
Hmm.
more like heartbreak and all that shit later on.
Right.
And even though it sucks for Max because she's unfortunately got all those memories and all that shit because of the time travel. I think it's still better for Chloe in the end if she never knew Max came back.
Right. Like if we, because genuinely, she really doesn't. Max really doesn't need Chloe, and it's very obvious that she doesn't need her. And I think she just went along with it because she's like, "Oh, I remember you being such um a good person, such a nice person," but like genuinely, she didn't need her. But
No,
Chloe will always need Max because it's like one last thing she can hang on to.
right.
One last person she thinks, oh, they're not gonna leave me, they're not gonna, you know, disappear again. But she isn't gonna come back completely.
No.
Like like genuinely, I think that this like the sacrifice ending would have been best. And I don't know, I because if we talk about Max's character, it's
She's very
like
flawed.
yes, very flawed. Um And it's not like a bad thing to have a flawed character, but it's one of those things where she clearly doesn't care about about Chloe as much, and she is using I feel like using it against her, being like, I know you care about me, so I'm gonna act like I care about you, so I still have something.
Right,
I still
yeah.
have you. Like, I feel like it's like she's trapping her in a sense of like, oh, I know you still remember me and you still really care about me, but I'm gonna act like I don't know you. And then once you come back, I'll be like, oh, I remember you. Like, really?
Yeah,
I'm
I even though like their meeting in the parking lot was kind of interesting because Nathan sucks dick. Um,
right.
um, I still think their meeting could have been a lot better, but it's whatever.
a
It
hundred
happened.
percent.
Um,
Because it was just her being like, oh, I saved you? I didn't even know that was you. That's crazy. Like, yeah, people change. You should be aware, especially when you leave somebody for that long and expect them to be the same person you left them as. That's not how that works.
Not to
Like,
mention 5 years and 6 months of no contact, even though you were in the town for 6 months and you never
right,
said anything.
right. Like, come on now. Let's be so for real right now. Like, she is like, okay, so she was good to some people, but not Chloe.
Kate,
Like, she
Kate's
was,
supremacy.
yeah, she was really good to Kate, maybe.
Yes, this is not Lost
Okay.
Records.
Oh, listen, I just played that. You're gonna have to give me a second, dude. You're gonna have to. I'm still mad about that, by the way. But yeah, but she was good to Kate, but it's because she's not Chloe. Because I
Yeah,
feel like, you know, just the whole thing with her and Chloe is just she's like, oh, if you're not Chloe, I'll be like a good person. You're like, what? What are we on about?
Yeah, I don't really like that. I love I do love her and Kate's friendship like quite a bit because
Hmm.
Kate's a goat. Um
Yes.
and I'll never fault her for ever texting Kate, answering Kate, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
I'll never blame her for that.
I
Um
I wouldn't either.
and just that rooftop scene was just insane. And
It really was.
I think you can only have so much care in the world for people, and I think Chloe was just on the lower end scale of that, and I
Hmm.
think Kate was high up on that scale. It's very obvious. Because there wasn't very many characters to like really give a fuck about if you think about it. Warren,
Right.
Kate, Chloe, Jefferson, Frank. Like there wasn't very many characters to really care about. Oh, and Joyce. Um, but there was just
Hmm.
so. But Chloe was just on that shit end of the stick that Max just had of like, you're just not my priority at all.
Right.
And that is why I believe in Kate and Max relationship supremacy. Cannot blame me. Okay? All
I can't either. Look, because um, Kate and Max would end up as a healthy relationship just because of the way that Kat, Kate, God, I'll get it eventually. The way Kate treats Max and like Max clearly truly cares about her. And I realized thinking about it, if we look at like because she just up and leaves and stops talking to her. I think what Max was trying to do is so she was grieving from also losing Chloe's
right.
dad because she was close with him. Um, that she was trying to leave it all behind, leave the past behind, as she does because she runs from issues, runs from her problems. And she was just trying to like in her head, like, oh, it's gonna be fine because, she'll be okay without me. Clearly not. Um,
No,
but I
not at
think it's
all.
just one of those things where she's like, "Oh, like it'll be fine because I need she's like, "Oh, I need to heal," even though she's not. She's just deliberately ignoring her friend. I think she's just trying to run
Right.
because it's very normal for honestly, I'm surprised. Like, I'm not surprised she didn't run for the rooftop scene, but I'm also kind of surprised because I feel like knowing her character, I feel like at some point she would start running. But I think it's because she cares so much more about Kate that she's like, I can't run from this. I have to help her because if I don't help her, who will? Which I
Right.
guess is a good mindset for that. But it's also like, at that point, it's like, I don't know. Like, clearly we see your favoritism. Like, we can see it right clear on your face. You're clear. I'm obviously, I'm glad we saved her. Obviously, I'm not gonna ever say that I'm not glad that we saved her because I love her. She's the sweetest thing ever. But genuinely, like it's such a she's such a bad person. Like I don't even know what to like. It's she's such a bad person, dude.
She's so flawed, and I think that's what makes her so like interesting. Cause I guess I don't know if like a complex character would be a good fit for her, which it probably is. And she's very flawed. I mean, I think all the characters are flawed in some fucking way.
Yeah, in
Specifically
their own
Chloe and
way.
Max, and
Hmm.
Nathan. Interesting Nathan.
Hmm.
He's such a fucking ass. But
And
um,
I can picture
I
that.
I do think um Max does have favoritism as well. I believe that as well. Um, it's just shitty because you shouldn't have like your favorite friends over others. I feel like that's just kind of fucking rude. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a group you prefer to hang out with, but don't
Right.
ever like do favorites. Because that's not nice and that's just mean. Um, and yeah, she's got her favorite people, but like one shouldn't be as low as the others.
Right. Like if you're going to drop them that low, then at that point just break off the friendship. Because it's not healthy for either person in the group if you're just being like, "Oh, well, I don't like you as much anymore, so I'm just going to like stop talking to you as much, but I'm not going to like but when I come back, I'll make sure to talk to you. I'm just not going to end our friendship and make you think that we're just like best of friends." Like that's not okay.
No,
What she should have done is she should have ended it a long time ago.
hundred
She should have ended
percent.
it once she left and realized she like because I genuinely don't think that her or anyone in that circle, especially Chloe and Max, just like thought really like hard at all about anything that they were doing. If we're gonna be so honest, I don't think they thought about it in the slightest. I think they were just
Not
like,
at
"Oh,
all.
it's fine. It's whatever." But it's not. It's like it's crazy to like think about, you know? Like
It really is.
I don't know. I really wish they would have had it differently where they didn't end up meeting. Or at least Max was like, I am not friends with you after she left. Because I don't think she realized, because I don't think she's going to realize that she's running from her problem. She's not, let's be honest, she's not that deep. Doesn't
No.
think that deep about it. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, just look at the way she like reacts and like the way she acts. Like, she doesn't think that much about it.
I don't think she really thinks at all.
I don't think she does either. Like, I think she needs to use her noggin a little bit. Because I don't know why she thought this was a good idea. And I don't know why she thought of all people, she's like, okay, I left this person, they totally won't have any resentment. And I'm just gonna walk up to them and be like, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. I have powers now. Like, what do you mean? There's no way like, I feel like, because obviously Chloe's just gonna believe her no matter what, because, it's like, she's like still her best friend, even though she haven't ditched her, because, she cares about her. And I'm like, but it's like, still, dude, why did you go to her of all people? Like, you had so many other options. You're like, no, I'm gonna go to her. I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna tell her what happened.
Probably because Chloe was the root of her problems, of her powers.
Probably. Because isn't it like trauma related or something?
I think it's trauma related. That it may be completely like different, but I believe that powers, specifically in the Life is Strange universe, are trauma related. Like that's how they activate.
I I think I believe that's true. Because it just makes sense. If you look at how like Max's power works, and in the end, the only way to fix it and take her power away is if she either sacrifices Chloe or keeps her or sacrifices Arcadia Bay.
Yeah, right.
But like, I don't know. If you just like think about it, I feel like Max needs to genuinely stop um running from her problems.
Yeah,
And I
me
know
too.
she was the root of I don't even know how she managed to figure out that Chloe was the root of her problem.
Well, she did it because she didn't know that was Chloe.
Right. Still, but then after, I feel like she should have at least clocked at some point, hey, maybe she's the reason that I'm, getting these powers. Maybe it's because, I ditched her and I have trauma from, well, her dad dying, because it still hurt me too, kind of thing. Like, what?
Chloe was the only one to clock that she was the reason why, and that was in the last fucking
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm sorry, but how dense is Max? Like, how dense does she have to be to not even think about it?
This is high school in 2013. No one was really fucking smart. No offense to those
Right.
who graduated in 2013.
Yeah, no offense, but like this game specific, all of them are really dense.
um, Do we want to move on to Before the Storm, because I think we both have a lot of thoughts on that one too.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to go
Yes,
first,
I'll do that.
or do you want me to?
Oh, you can.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to start with plot, then move on to characters and such like that. So plot, love it. I think I love how they did Chloe's story in this one. And I know a lot of people don't because it's Deck 9 and everyone kind of just fucking hates Deck 9. I don't. I appreciate Deck 9 for making the game. I think they did a really good job at it. A lot of the soundtrack was amazing. The soundtrack is probably my second favorite in the series. Plot was really good. I enjoyed it like a lot. Um, the dialogue. I mean, I feel like the dialogue was, I think better. I think it was better. Chloe was just very awkward throughout majority of it, which kind of makes it sound off. Um, but that was good. Characters. I like the characters a lot more. I think in this game, which that's probably a hot take, but I think I like them more.
Hmm.
I don't really. My biggest gripe is the fucking back talking Chloe has. I cannot stand that. I hate it so fucking much. I think it's my least favorite thing to do in the series is the fucking back talk. I feel like I feel like it could have been a better system, and I hate that it's a thing. I honestly wish Chloe didn't have a fucking thing like that. I call it a power, even though it's really not, but I call it a power, and I wish she didn't have that
Close enough.
because I'm bad. Like I'm dead ass awful at the back talking.
It's really
Um,
bad.
yeah, my videos prove that. Um, but that's my one gripe. I fucking hate it so much. I
Hmm.
fucking hate it. On to you.
Oh, so I really love the plot of what's it called again? I'm gonna forget the name every time.
Before the storm.
Before the Storm. Yeah, I really do love the plot. I love the way that they told Chloe's story, and I love that we got more detail into why she is the way that she is. Because genuinely, it just makes me understand her character a lot more. The arguing was really annoying, and I was just sitting there watching it, like just one wrong thing and it's over. And I can get how really annoying it was. Because I remember watching you do that, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not doing that. But I'm glad they gave her somebody that wasn't Max. That was so lovely watching her get like a relationship and like learn that it's okay to not be okay, especially with uh I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name.
Rachel.
Rachel, thank you. Thank you. But I love it. I love that is like my most favorite game as of this moment of those. Just because it really just sets in like everything that all the answers I needed right there. Everything I needed answered right there.
Right.
Beautiful.
I
Okay.
I agree. It gives me more insight because I actually read her journal this time.
It's
Very
beautiful.
even yeah, very much in depth of her journal. Which yeah, there was a time where she said that like she loved Max, she liked Max. But I think her meeting Rachel, and yes, I am part of the percent that likes Amber Price, bro. Do not dog on me, all right? Um Even though Rachel did some shady shit, which we will get into later. Um,
Yes, we will.
I believe Rachel was good for her. I will always disagree with people who say, "Oh, she was such a bad influence on Chloe." Blah 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 blah. I disagree. I completely disagree. I feel like Rachel brought out Chloe kind of in the best way, and I think it kind of brought out Rachel in the best way as well.
Hmm.
Um, I think they're just very tragic characters, both of them. I think Rachel understands what Chloe's going through because of her own family problems, even though it's not death. It's after finding out her mom is not actually her mom, and then she's grieving something she never got to have. Um, and Chloe just being there for them, being there for each other really like warmed me because I love their relationship. I always thought they were
Hmm.
really good for each other. Um,
They really are.
and I will never think a bad thing about them. But it
Right.
just reading the journal brought me so much more insight. Like it made me empathize with Chloe much more. Does it make me change my mind on her in the first game? No. Absolutely not. No. Fuck that. No.
Hmm.
Um I think um it makes it make more sense in the way in the way she acts. Um and I will never understand why people just like automatically blame Rachel when Max is a lot of Chloe's problem. Um,
Hmm.
and wow, I'm stumbling over my words. This is bad.
It's okay. It's okay. You can get through this.
um,
It happens.
this is why scripts were probably needed for this.
No, it's fine. We don't need
But yeah,
scripts. We're too good.
in case you didn't know, we're doing this off the top of our heads. There's no script.
Oh yeah.
This is just us. Um,
Yes.
and
Scripts are lame. We're too good for that.
clearly not right now. Um, I
Don't think about it.
think, yeah, I do see when people are like, oh, Rachel is a rebound for Max, Max is a rebound for Rachel. But the thing was, Chloe never really brought Max up to Rachel. And the first game, Rachel was always on her mind. She wanted to find her, and I think, that kind of just that's why I'll never get the romance side of it. I will never understand the romance side of Chloe and Max just because Rachel, her whole focal point was Rachel, is
Hmm.
Rachel. And I believed Rachel and Chloe were our soulmates. Probably my favorite romantic. No, well, no, I take that back. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites.
Hmm.
I think people just miss the point. I think they do miss the point of it. I don't think Rachel's manipulative. I don't think she's like that at all. Um,
Not even close.
I think they're both just unfortunately troubled kids who grew up basically. Well, Rachel grew up in a lie. Chloe's growing up in grief and she doesn't know how to handle it because I believe Joyce handled it fucking awfully. I think she did a awful
I'm
fucking
so glad we're
job.
getting to this topic. You don't
Yes.
understand.
Yes,
Dude.
we both think Joyce did a awful job. Commending Chloe and helping her during the grief of her father, which I cannot remember the time, like the timeline of Max and Chloe, or not Max and Chloe. No, my bad.
What?
I'm thinking the wrong thing of her dad. Um, and
I
I
don't
just
think it was that. I think, if I remember correctly, it was like 6 months or like not too far after. It wasn't that far after.
not far after I was trying to figure
Maybe
out.
like a year.
I was trying to figure out
Oh, I think it was a year.
how long her dad's been like how long her dad's been gone at this point is what I was trying to figure out.
I think it was a year.
Yeah, I think a year
That sounds right.
is not. I mean, this is if it's a year. I cannot remember the timeline. Um, if it is a year, I believe that's way too early for someone to move on. And if you don't help your kid move on, what are you doing? Your kid is in pain. Pain that is unimaginable for a child. No child should have to lose their parent at a very early age, which is what happened to her. And I think Joyce handled that so poorly, especially with bringing David in the way she did. I think it was bullshit. I think that was wrong.
No. He
Um,
was gone for 2 years.
he was gone for 2 years.
Yep.
Did you look that up?
That's still, yeah. I had to be
um,
sure.
okay, yeah, it had to be facts. I think I still keep
Okay,
my
wait.
answer on
Some
that.
some are saying 2 years, some are saying 3 years. But still, if we're gonna go on this point, it's still it still makes sense on why she's upset and why she's angry because her mom didn't help her. I mean, I know she's moving on and she's trying to move on, which I'm glad she's moving on, but also she needs to make sure her kid is also okay with who she's moving on with, and needs to understand that her priority should be her daughter and shouldn't be, oh, I want to make myself happy, I need to be happy. But no, you have to make your daughter happy first before you can make yourself happy. Like, it just makes sense. Because, like, especially because her and his relationship happened so quick. It's like thrown at her. And she's just trying to force it down Chloe's throat, being like, you need to like him. You need to accept him as your new father. You need to. But she's still grieving because she didn't help her in the slightest on getting through it. Nobody did. She had to just learn based off of what made her feel better, which ended up her going into weed, obviously, and doing like lashing out because nobody's helping her. And the way her mom just treats her, like, I know she's trying, but still, it's like your kid is still struggling. You can see your kid still struggling, and you're just not going to do anything. Like, you're just going to let it happen.
Yeah, that made me
Like,
really upset.
especially with the way he treats her. Like, he's trying to, but I'm also like, you were trying to shove at the fact of you're gonna be her new dad. Like, she doesn't want a new dad. Like, you have to slowly go into it and slowly, like, hey, I'm gonna be in your life now soon. Like, I'm not gonna take away your dad. Like, obviously. And let's not forget to mention she took down every photo of him.
Right.
Every photo. Like, I understand he's dead, but you would think that maybe there'd be at least one photo or at least a couple of the family. Like, he may be dead, but like, I don't know. Because I mean, when like my family member passed away, we still have pictures of like them or like something that they had on the wall still.
Right.
Because it's like family, you know? I don't know. It's just the way she handled it was so weird. I feel like she was just trying to get over it and just like didn't think about anything else except I need to get over it. This needs to be over with. So, like, it's just bad. But I I love Chloe and Rachel so much. That's such a good pairing,
They're
if
so
we're so
cute.
honest. They are. And it's amazing because they both have trauma, but they're using it to bond and make themselves better people rather than using it and just being like shitty people to each other. Like, they understand each other on a deeper level, and like genuinely they're just so cute. And I love the fact that in like the way they are as people, that it's okay they're both traumatized. It is because they're gonna work through it together, because
Right.
Chloe helps Rachel work through hers, and then Rachel inadvertently helps Chloe through hers because she's there for her,
Right. I think
where Max couldn't be.
exactly. I think a thing that um I think I what I want to touch on is obviously when we go through Frank's RV in the first game, we find so much of Rachel. Um
Mhm.
yeah, that sucks. That genuinely sucks. Because when you're trying to look for her, not knowing that she's dead, but when you're trying to look for
Mhm.
her and you just see that shit in your dealer's RV, which that's grooming on his end. That's disgusting.
Right.
Um, and I want to believe it was to help her and Chloe get out of Arcadia Bay, which is where I think the manipulativeness comes in.
Mhm.
Um, and I truly believe Rachel loved Chloe. I will always believe that.
She really did. Like, you
Was
can just see it
it
on the way that she acts with her.
was it in the intensity as Chloe? No, I don't think so. But I think they did. I think they were in love with each other. I do believe that. Um, I I don't believe she was in love with Jefferson or liked Jefferson at all. I think that was just an unfortunate event of Rachel just getting fucking murdered by Nathan
Mhm.
and Jefferson. I think that really had nothing to do with her liking him or anything like that. I don't think she had anything sexual with him like that.
I doubt it.
If it was not consensual. Um, but
Right.
I want to believe. I really want to believe Rachel didn't have a fling with Frank, because I think that's just fucking ill to me. Um, However, I think I will always like Chloe and Rachel together over Max and Chloe, because I think that's just a fucking time bomb of a nuke waiting to go off.
Hmm. Yeah, I love Rachel and Chloe. I'm think for hope's sake, we're gonna say that her and Frank just were like friends. We're just gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that, okay?
Okay.
Um, but no, I just because genuinely, I think that could have lasted so long, and I would have loved to see that. But with Rachel being dead, it ruins Chloe, and I think that's also part of the reason why she's such a shitty person in the first one, because she's still struggling with the loss of her dad. She's having issues with her mom, and what's his name again? Like David or something?
Yeah, David.
I don't care enough about him to remember his name. David. She is having obviously she's reconnecting with Max, which she had issues with because she ditched her. She lost her like her literal soulmate. So at this point, she's just a complete ball of mess and like hurt and pain. So her lashing out as bad as she was is it makes sense because nobody's helping her and she's just being left in the dust and it makes me feel so bad for her, but I'm still not going to excuse how she acted in the first game. It's still not okay, but at least it makes sense.
Right.
Like I genuinely feel so bad for her character and she didn't deserve all of that. Also, now that we're on Before the Storm, can we talk about that goddamn fucking train scene when she tries to flirt? There is no way in hell you can look at me and say, "Oh my god, that's such a great flirt." Why is telling somebody, "Oh, I'm not a virgin"? Why is that a flirt? That's gross. Nobody needs to know that information.
Because
God forbid.
I guess she's technically not a virgin. If we I think we've read her fucking diary. She's obviously not a virgin.
That's not the point. I don't care if she's not a virgin. Nobody gives two shits. Why are you looking at a girl you like and be like, so, I'm not a virgin. Like, girl, what? No, just tell her hair looks pretty. Tell her she smells nice. I don't know. Tell her she looks amazing or something. I don't know. Just something that isn't that.
I'm
Like, are
gonna
you kidding me?
I'm gonna try to put that clip in somewhere, because that fucking makes me lose my shit
Dude,
every time.
dude, literally, please. It's awful. I need you guys to understand how much pain that brings me. Like, listen, okay, I know flirting with girls is hard. I know, I've tried. It's hard. But it can't be that hard. Like you can't even come up with a simple, "Oh my God, you smell so nice" or something. Like, it's not that hard. God damn, dude. Like, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, please, for the love of God, get her off my screen before I punch her in the face myself. It's awful. It's terrible. I don't, if anyone ever tries to flirt with me and goes, "Oh, I'm not a virgin," I'm gonna be like, leave me alone. I don't ever want to talk to you again. Don't talk to me. Don't come find me. And you're done.
Oh my god, that was
Like,
so
no,
funny.
I'd be so creeped out. Like, okay, but why are you telling me this? Like, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would she care if you've done it with somebody? She's not your girlfriend yet. It doesn't matter.
That was the
I mean,
craziest shit I think I've ever fucking heard in a game like that.
I wanted to curl up in a ball and cry. That was awful. I never want to hear somebody say that ever again. I
Well,
swear to God.
she's a baby queer. You gotta give her some credit.
No, no. Even being a baby queer, you have to be reasonable enough to look at somebody and be like, maybe I shouldn't tell somebody I lost my virginity. Hmm. Hmm. Just to try to flirt. Hmm. God, it's not that complicated. Even nobody in their right mind would go up to somebody and be like, "Oh my God, I lost my virginity." Like, no, no, you cannot be serious. I don't care if she's a baby queer or not. We have to be so real right now. Swear to God. There is no way that, no way. I'm like, Oh, it pet peeves me so bad. It's so bad, and
Oh, trust me, I get it.
it's just so bad. Like, please, you're not doing the lesbians justice. Please, just flirt better, please. I mean, I know you end up together anyways, even though it's like a weird. Just please, you have to do us better, man. I can't.
Also,
It's
the
awful.
point to bring up another point, we are not a part of the people who think Rachel has powers.
Yeah,
We're just not. Um,
but I wasn't even dawning that we were talking about that. I'm gonna be so real.
well, no, because you were going on that, and I was thinking, why not I just say, also, we're not a part of the crowd that thinks she's got powers.
Oh yeah, no, I think she just needs to chill out a little bit. I think she's just tweaking.
But that's like my favorite fucking scene. Like I think that's probably my favorite scene in the whole series. It gives
I
me
mean,
fucking chills every time.
it's honestly fair because like it just shows how much pain and agony she was feeling, and like it just represents the like as as it is the wildfire that is going on after she realized what was going on. It's like it's beautiful. It is a beautiful moment. And I know I just said she needs to calm down, but
She
like
is the
it's
fire.
just she is the fire and she is going to make fire.
Exactly.
Like I don't know. I love her. I love their relationship. And I genuinely think that that was a great decision by the devs to have that giant wildfire happen, just because it genuinely shows how much pain she's in. It's beautiful. I love this game so much. I do.
So is
I
this your favorite by far?
Yes, it is my favorite game ever.
So
It's beautiful.
you want to do the most controversial thing?
What's that?
Rank the two games that we've played
Oh my
from
God. Well,
from
technically, yes.
from S tier to F tier because we've only played two. Where would you rank the first game and Before the Storm?
Okay. So I'm gonna start with Before the Storm. Before the Storm, I think for me is either an S or A tier, just because I love the way that they have the romance and the amount of like the way they show the trauma and the way they're like working through it. It's so beautiful. It's such an amazing game. I know it's really cringy and I may want to punch Chloe a couple times, but it's okay. It's okay. That's part of the fun is getting a little angry because somebody doesn't know how to flirt. But like and then the first game, I don't really care for it. It's gonna make me look like a bad person. I don't really care for it. I think it was fine. So like maybe a C tier, maybe D. I don't really care for the game. I genuinely it was fine. I don't really care. Okay, we can wind back time. Oh my God. The only reason it's not an F tier is because Kate's in it.
Yeah, Kate the
It's
Goat.
because it's also because it's like the starting point. And it's like it's not good. It's not a good game. It's not bad. It's not like good or bad. It's just like kind of like, oh, lovely. We're gonna have to try and do all this stuff because somebody's traumatized and somebody decided they didn't want to work through it and go to therapy and they just went and just wanted to run. So we're here. But we
Not
get to meet Kate and stuff, so I guess it's not terrible. But it's like I changed my ranking. I want to put it in like a D or F tier. Like I don't like the game.
not to mention to the bands or whatever. This is her first time ever playing these games. I've played these games
Yeah.
multiple times. So any direct I'm warning you now, death threats are a huge fucking thing in this fandom. It's
Oh
very
no.
big. Oh
Oh
no,
no.
all the scary
I'm so
fans.
scared.
But
Oh
yes,
no.
so I'm fair warning, like any like drastic awful comments will be deleted. I'm just saying that now. My ranking, and I've pissed a lot of people off with this. I have BTS, I had Before the Storm in A tier, and I had the first game in C tier. And the reason why that is, replaying the games, um, I play them like once every year, and I forget quite a bit after I played it, and I don't like see it again
Mhm.
for a while. I fucking forget what happens. Um, First game, I I just it's not as good as I thought it was. It's not as great. Yeah, it's the first game, so it'll always be like iconic because it started the series. Back then, incredible. Now, as an adult, no, I don't think it's that good. I think it's quite fucking boring, actually, because it was taking everything in me to get through the game for my friend and friends, so they can see the game for themselves. It's quite painful for me more than anything. Um, and yeah, I also have a warped view because being in this fandom for over a decade, and it just kind of just shows to go like or goes to show that they can have a huge impact on how you view things. I view the
Mhm.
game like my view is so warped of the game. I don't really care for it. I don't really like it. And it's not because I'm like letting the fans ruin it for me. I'm not. I just can't stand Max and Chloe anymore. I can't. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. And the new game is
Mhm.
based off Max and Chloe. I'm fucking over it. And I love hearing like people say, "Oh, they're milking it." You know why they're milking it, right? Because you guys keep fucking asking for Max and Chloe. And it's always the majority of the fandom who wants them back, kind of control. And yes, I say this with my chest out. Control the fucking way of which like what games come out, what the games kind of have. And Double Exposure for me was great. No Chloe. Now Reunion has Chloe, and I'm fucking disgusted. I'm still playing it, but I'm disgusted. Um, but yeah, I'm just fucking tired of Max and Chloe, which kind of contradicts why BTS is an A tier. BTS is an A tier because I loved the writing. I loved Chloe in that game. I think Chloe was not as insufferable. I think she was quite a more enjoyable to play as. And Rachel was a bonus. I love Rachel's character. I think she's very complex. I think she's also very
Mhm.
tragic. I think she fits well with Chloe. And I think enjoy that game way more than the first game. And you can flame me all you want because I know these games. I'm not letting you flame my friends. That's not happening. I will not let that happen. You can flame me, but you're not flaming my friends because this is their first time ever knowing the games and playing them. So that's just how this is gonna go. Um, but yeah, that was my ranking for it. I have um I have two, like basically three tier lists I can go off of. My favorite, which is where BTS is in A, and the first game is in C tier.
Mhm.
Um, we can go realistically where BTS is still in A tier and the game and the OG is in S tier, and then we can go off of mine, which is where um my personal ranking, um BTS is in S tier, OG is still in C tier. That's yeah, that's just me. That's just how I am. Um,
Yeah.
do you have anything else to say? Because we can close this out right now.
Okay. Okay, so I know I haven't seen the trailer for Reunion, but from what I've heard from you, can we do another concept? Because genuinely, I don't understand why we keep going back to Max and Chloe. Because I know you like the fans like her, they like the dynamic. Why? I don't understand. Obviously, we've already covered it. It's toxic. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't happen. But can we move on? Like playing through the second game right now, it's actually really nice because it's like the same. It's not the same I guess it's the same kind of like concept of like powers from trauma or whatever, but it's like as a fresh start. It's not the same characters over and over again.
Right.
Like let them rest. We've had our time with them. We don't need them back. The more you bring them back, the more changes we do to the story, the harder it's going to be for us to like completely understand what's going on. And it's like as I said before, like I think I told this to you at some point that if they were going to like stay with the way the game is, um, like with the two separate endings that they have, They should have made multiple games based off that ending and then ended it there.
I agree because I think I brought that up too. Was they should have done two games based off each ending to respect the ending. And I
Right.
think
Right.
I'm not gonna say it because that well I mean I've already told you, but still I'm not gonna say it again for spoilers for people who have never played Double Exposure
Mhm.
because they listen to the fucking reviews instead of just playing the game on their own and forming their own opinion. Um
Right.
and the thing is with Life is Strange 2, people are only coming back to that and liking it because Chloe is mentioned. And that's facts. That is a fucking
Mhm.
factual thing I found out.
Not
Um,
surprised.
because they dick ride Chloe's character, and I will never understand why. I understand relating to her, but I think also trying to make her a fucking real life person's also like really fucking weird.
Right.
Like the parasocial relationship that people have with this character is fucking weird in general. Um,
Mhm.
and the new games that don't have them in they fail. Like I know Life is Strange 2 sold, I know True Colors sold like tons of copies, but they fail. They have failed.
Right.
They're considered flops in my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
you they complain about Life is Strange 2 about how boring it is and they don't like the concept of the brothers. I was like writing wise, that game's incredible. It's so much better writing
It's
wise.
so far from what I've played, it is beautiful, and I genuinely like. I really like it just because it's like a new concept. It's a new like you get to see someone else's struggles that isn't the same character struggles. You know.
And that was the game that got called so and so woke because it talked heavily about racism because it's prime 2016 and we all know what that
Right.
means. We all know what that means. And
Right.
they're Mexican characters, so we also know what that means. Um
Mhm.
that's not us going around the subject. That is just us like, obviously we all know what that means, so we're not going to go
Mhm.
into it. Um and the game was fantastic and
It really
I
was.
think people miss out on an incredible game because they're letting that factor go into it. um and if we want to talk like propaganda and how political the games are, every fucking game's political, every single one of them.
Mhm.
um and True Colors, people complained that that was too short. I disagree. I enjoyed myself in that game. That's my comfort game, even though it's really fucked up and tragic. That is still my favorite game of all games. Um, and it brought back iconic people. Well, one iconic person, but it brought back a character that we all liked in Before the Storm, and
Mhm.
that one flopped too. I guess people didn't like her power, which is empathy, or yeah, like an empath, but just like more like you can more stronger where and then her mind
I'm
reading.
stronger.
Yeah, her she can like if the emotion's too strong, she can take it away from that person to where she's now absorbed that power or that emotion, so she now is dealing with that emotion until it's like over. Um
Mhm.
and then she's got like the mind reading ability where she can like read people's auras. Um
Right.
which they're different colors. And
Mhm.
she's never um never she never really had a family. I that sucks. I think she's
It
probably,
really does.
other than the second game, I think she's probably the most relatable of them all. And I think we can
Mhm.
all relate on some sort of level with True Colors' character, MC,
Mhm.
a little bit. And also with Sean and Daniel, we can all connect
Right.
with them. I will not stand for Daniel hate. He is a child. He is allowed to
Mhm.
react the way he does.
Right.
Um,
He is a kid.
and people forget the fact that he too lost his father.
Mhm.
Um, oh, my cat's in my drawer. Off topic there.
Take a picture of that.
Dude, she's in there. It's so funny. Um, and and this worries me because I feel like once Reunion comes out, depending on how it meets people's expectations. And I don't really have high expectations for games. I don't. I go in with an open mind. I try not to see spoilers for like gameplay or anything like that. I just kind of sit there and play the game with an open mind and just hopefully I enjoy myself. And if not, I've played the game. Um,
Right.
which is what I'm trying to really do for reunion. I'm trying not to let people's negativity surround it like bother me. And I'm like, you have to give it a chance because um it's completely different writers, completely different everything. Same studio, but completely different writers.
Hmm.
Um, and I think people just need to give it a chance because yeah, Double Exposure was a fucking mess because of one writer. But with the writers who did Before the Storm, it's gonna cook. The game's gonna be fine. I think they will do it
Yeah.
justice. I just don't know. My worry is the devs because God bless the devs. The amount of shit they have received I think is crazy, specifically death threats, and I'm doing this with my full chest. I'm calling out Pricefield fans. What the fuck is wrong with you? I can't fathom a group of people telling devs like death threats because Chloe wasn't in the game. Pricefield wasn't a thing. Grow up. Respectfully, please grow up. That's not fair for everyone who did not want Max and Chloe back. And you're milking your own favorite characters. And you're complaining that the devs are just, gonna ruin it. You fucking asked for it. You are the ones who asked for it, not us. You. One group of people fucking asked for it.
Right.
And it bothers me because once Max and Chloe's story is over, they're never going to touch any other game. And then the series is going to die because they refuse to touch another game because Max and Chloe, their story's over.
Right.
And that bothers me because like True Colors was amazing, Life is Strange 2 was amazing. People don't give it a chance because it doesn't have their favorites in it. That is okay. But why let the franchise die if you're not going to play all the games?
Right.
You have got to give it a chance before you start judging it. In my
Hmm.
humble opinion.
You really do, because I didn't even really like know like I of Life is Strange. Like I knew of it kind of. I just didn't, And like I played it without, other people's opinion. I mean, of course, I had your opinion of you telling me it was like really good and you loved it. Um, but like I kind of went in and I kind of like it. So it's like, gotta make your own opinions. Gotta, make sure that you're playing it. Like even if you don't like it, that's okay. But at least you played it. At least you know you don't like it.
Right. And
Because you know,
that's one of the things why I hate people being like, "Oh, should I? Is it worth like is this game worth the money or should I play this game?" Yes, play the game. Play it to experience it so you can have your own opinion. Form your own opinion. Cuz otherwise you're just in the dark of what people are talking about. And all the
mhm,
games correlate in one way or another. They all do.
mhm,
Um and I just have so many feelings specifically when it comes to the Life is Strange games and fandom. I have so many fucking like feelings about it that I'm not gonna get into, but I can like in another time. But
you've been in the
um,
thick of it, man.
I've been here for
Trust me,
decades
I've heard
silently.
all about it. Don't even worry.
I've been here
I've been
for over a decade silently. I've seen some shit. I have seen some shit, that's for sure. Um, but I don't think I have anything else to add to you.
nope,
I guess we can end this episode here because we've been doing this
nope.
for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's more of like the only thing I love to talk about is like the fans and like everything surrounding that stuff. And I don't really know much about it because I'm not really involved in that area aspect at the moment. I've more into other stuff and I'm just playing just to play. So like I don't really care about, other people's opinions on it. I mean, I get curious, but like I don't really care. I'm just kind of here, playing the games because. you said it was a good idea, so I just went with it. Something to do in my spare time. Average normal thing.
And
So like,
and honestly, y'all really be getting the information from me anyway because I'm in so many like groups and shit.
no, I
And
know. Trust me. I've seen the messages, man. I don't and don't drag me back there, man.
all the fucking
I don't
TikToks
need
and
to see
shit.
people yell at you again, okay, man?
Well, it's the thing of you apparently cannot have an opinion that's different from theirs. I swear to
It's
God, you
fine.
cannot. Like,
I'm surprised.
like if I could throw up like screenshots and shit, I would. I just gotta figure that out. um, I would because it is. I think it's absolutely disgusting how they treat other people who have a different opinion from them. Like you are allowed to have a different opinion. You shouldn't have to follow blindly of other people simply
Hmm.
because they want you to. Like you're
Right.
pretty much public enemy number one if you don't like Chloe, don't like Pricefield, or you have a different tier list from them. I got so fucking flamed for having OG and C tier. I'm not fucking joking. I've gotten
Yes, I
death.
know.
I've gotten. Well, I'm not talking to you, but
Yes, I know.
I. I've gotten death threats. I've gotten like poor messages. Like I've gotten all of it, and it's so disgusting. Which also makes me worry for like new people coming into the fandom and playing these games, because they're not gonna have an opinion of their own. They're gonna follow
Right.
blindly of other people. I think that's just not fair. I
Hmm.
truly think that's just not fair. And I always
It
say
really
like,
isn't.
if you're gonna play the games, please do not talk. Please do not interact with the fandom. At this point, do not do that because you're just risking your own mental health at that point. And I
Hmm.
don't want. It's not worth losing your mind. Even though I do it for fun, it's not worth losing your mental and your mind over basically asshole people who have a weird fucking like parasocial relationship with fictional characters. And I'm not saying it's bad to have
Right.
it. We all have some kind of parasocial relationship with something. But I'm really talking about like concerning like you need therapy type of parasocial relationship shit
Hmm.
that I'm mentioning. Um but that is all another conversation I can do later on a different point. But we've been here
Right.
for almost an hour and a half, and I think it's time we let this episode go. And I think this
Yeah.
was a great first episode.
I think it was great as well. This was fun.
This was fun. Do you have any
Yeah.
final thoughts, final words?
Not really, no. I think we're good.
My peace offering is if you're new to the games, please just play the games. Don't listen to any other people. Stay away from the fandom. Please form your own thoughts and opinions. And I would love to hear what you have to say also.
Hmm.
I'm very active in the comments. She is not, but I also own this channel. So it's mainly
Right.
me. I should give you guys access, but it's to my personal email, so that cannot work.
No, I'm
Um,
okay. I'm good. Thanks.
so it's just me replying pretty much. And yeah,
It's fine.
we're
You could always just quote me.
yeah, yeah, I could. Again, we don't do this for views, subscribers. We do this to have fun, to have discussions because you apparently can have discussions nowadays. Um, yeah, this is
Really
just the
don't.
fun of it. And all I can say is have fun because this
Hmm.
is what this is all about.
Yep.
Um, yeah, we don't know how to end this shit, so we're just doing it now.
Yep.